Good morning, dear all my students. So, this is your first class on online. Actually, this online has been come into the picture only due to the coronavirus, and as you people know, this time this coronavirus is more severe than the earlier one. So, please take care of yourself as well as your family also and your known person around you. Do utilize your sanitization frequently. Okay, wear the mask either you be in home or in outside. Okay, take care of these things very seriously and try to follow the guidelines which are been broadcasted over television, then by the social medias, in the newspapers. Okay, do not avoid all these things. Okay, fine, let us start with it. So this subject is science. So first of all we will see that what is there in the first chapter. So first one is the living beings. Okay, it is the first chapter. So now with the living beings I'll have to let you know actually what are the living beings, what are the non-living beings. After that we will head into the chapter. Fine. So living beings in the sense like as you see, who takes breath, who takes food, okay, who makes food. So all these things are the living beings. Fine. And from small to big they'll be growing also, okay, as long as the time will go, by taking the foods, by taking the this thing, breathing, all these things will come into the picture. And regarding the non-living things means they do not need all these things, okay, like stones, like stones, like mud, like home, all these things are all the living beings, means who do not need any kind of fooding part, who do not need any breathing part. All these things will come under the non-living things. Okay, so now let us see in non-living things what actually these people are saying. That's what our book is saying. First of all, you have been given a task, that is look around your classroom and count the number of non-living things you see. Normally what do you see? That like the fan, then the board, means blackboard, then the table, then the chair, okay, then the desks, okay, then the chalks through which we write on the board, okay, then the duster. All these things are the non-living things. Okay, means they do not need any kind of breathing, they do not need any kind of footings. So you got the point, I suppose you got the idea already. So you can easily now write, okay, what are the non-living things. Okay, so look around your classroom and count the number of non-living things you see, then do this activity without reading the rest of the chapter. Okay, I have already given you the hint, so you can easily write now. So do write these things in your science copy. Okay, now the next things, whatever thing I have said, those things we will see it in detail. There are some characteristics or features that only living beings have. Okay, these characteristics help us to living beings apart from non-living things. Okay, the characteristics that all living beings have are, as I have said, feeding, breathing, throwing out of waste, growing, moving, responding, and reproducing, means producing young ones. Got my point? So these are all the characteristics what I have said, that is feeding, breathing, throwing out waste, growing, moving, responding, and reproducing. So all these things means all these characteristics will fall or will come under the living beings. So you'll have to memorize these things and the question also might come, what are the characteristics for a living beings. Got my point? So do learn in that way. Fine. So just the contrary or just the opposite things are falling under the non-living things, means these characters wherever you will see means under which things, okay, means they do not need, or these characteristics will not fall under the non-living things. So those things will come, or those things will be known as the non-living things. Okay, now the feeding part, as I have said in the characteristics, it is already given the feeding part. Okay, let's see the feeding part. So here are the feeding part. Feeding part means the fooding part. All living being needs food. Make their own food from the carbon dioxide and water. Actually, it has given an example by the tree. Okay, plants make their own food from carbon dioxide and water. Water is absorbed from the soil by the roots. Carbon dioxide comes from the air, which enters a plant through pores on the leaves. Actually, for us also, for making the food, we need lots of things. For making the foods for the tree, they will be in need of the carbon dioxide, then the water which will be taken from the soil by the roots. Okay. So, here it has given a process also, like how it does, that is, water travels up from the root, means this is the root of the tree. Okay. So, water will be taken from the soil by the help of the roots, and this is the carbon dioxide will be taken from the air, and after that the sunlight. So, all these will make the food for the tree. That means, water plus carbon dioxide plus the sunlight will come as food. Okay. And this food will be supplied throughout the body of the tree, and that is how they will grow from small to big. Okay. Now, next go to the next page. Now, all animals depend on plants for food. As I have said, some animals like goats, cows and deer are plant eaters. Plant eaters in the sense who takes the plants as their food. So, goats, cows and deer are the plant eaters. So, the question might come here, give some of the examples who are known as the plant eaters. So, the answer will be animals, goats, cows, deers and other things, as you know. Okay. Now, other animals like tigers, lions and wolves are flesh eaters. Flesh means the meat actually. So, the goats, cows and deers used to take the food as plant, and the tigers, lions and wolves used to take the food as flesh. Okay. So, they eat the flesh of other animals. Even flesh eaters depend on the plants for food, because they eat animals which eat plants. In the sense, this flesh eaters also means who takes meat as of their food, they also will be depending on the this thing plants, cause these plants will be eaten by the goats, cows and deers. So, how they will be growing, and these goats, cows and deers will be eaten by the like tigers, like lions, like wolves. So, definitely these flesh eaters also will depend on the plants, cause if there are no plants, then animals like goat, cows and deers will not have food. So, that is how they will not grow. So, parallelly these flesh eaters like tigers, lions and wolves, they will not get also the food like goats, cows and deers to have as of their food. So, got my point. So, that is why even flesh eaters depend on the plants for food, because they eat animals which eat plants. I suppose this is clear. Okay. So, here if you see in the picture that here are the goats that we are saying. So, these are all the plant eaters. Okay. And here is the tiger which takes the flesh as of their food. So, the tiger which he is eating, these animal will depend on the plants. So, once they take it, they will grow, okay, they will be big, and after that these animals will be eaten by the tigers, lion and wolves, those kind of animals. Okay. So, that was the picture of it. Okay. Now, the breathing part. Okay. Like the breathing, as we take, like oxygen we take and carbon dioxide we used to exhale, means inhale as of the oxygen for the human being, and carbon dioxide will be taken out. Okay. Means it will be out or exhale. So, now all living beings breathe, all living beings breathe. They take in air and use oxygen in it to produce or to make energy. Inside the body of a living being, oxygen and food combine, means joins up to produce energy. They also produce a carbon dioxide and water vapor. Carbon dioxide and water vapor are thrown out by the living beings together with the unused part of air. Okay, let me tell you in detail, like as it has given already an equation here, that is the oxygen plus food. So, oxygen we will get in the air plus food which is made. Okay. After that it gives the carbon dioxide, means once these things, once the food and the oxygens are mixed, then carbon dioxide plus water vapor and the energy will be produced, okay, out of oxygen plus food. So, that is how it has also given inside the body of a living being, oxygen and food combine to produce the energy. So, energy how it comes? Oxygen and food combining and making the energy. They also produce carbon dioxide and water vapor, means after making the food, this carbon dioxide and the water vapor will come out. So, carbon dioxide and water vapor are thrown out by the living beings, by the body, okay, by the living beings together with the unused part of air, means which will not be used in the air. So, that will be thrown out of the living being body. Okay. So, here are some of the pictures that it has given. Here I will show you. Okay, that insects breathe through the holes of their sides. Holes of their sides, in the sense, this is the body part of the insect. So, they will not have a nose precisely. What happens is they will have the holes instead of the nose. So, with the holes of these one only, they used to take the this thing breathe. They used to do the breathing part done. Okay. And if you see with the fish, how actually they used to do. This is called the gills actually. So, gills soak in oxygen from the water, means from the water actually they used to take the oxygen, but normally they will not take the oxygen. Actually gills soak the oxygen from the water which is there in the water. Okay. After that, once the oxygen is being taken, water goes out through the gills, means the unused water will be thrown out, means once they take the oxygen inside. Okay. After that, the waste of the water or whatever water is not required, that will be thrown out by the gills only. Water goes in through the mouth, in the sense they will take the water through the mouth, and after that the process will happen in the gills. Okay. And the required oxygen will be taken by the fish. So, that is how actually it breathes. Okay. Now, the next part is different animals use different parts of their body to breathe. Okay. As I have said, like insects will have the holes on the bodies, they will not have a particular nose or nostril. Okay. So, that is why different animals will take their or do their breathing with the different parts of the body. We take in and throw out air through our nose. So, do many other animals like dogs, cats, cows, tigers and lions. Birds breathe through nostrils on or above their beak. This is the nostril actually. This part is the nostril. Even human being also having the nostril through which we will breathe. Okay. Now, frogs and earthworms breathe through their skin. Actually, they will also not have any kind of particular nostril or nose. These earthworms will breathe through their skin, means the facility is given already with the skins. Insects breathe through holes on their sides, as I have shown you. Fish take in oxygen from water, their gills help them to do this. Okay. So, that was the thing. So, as we are seeing here, that different animals, okay, different insects are having different types of the breathing breathing scenario. Okay. So, different animals in different means with the different parts, they used to do this kind of breathing part. Okay. Like this way they will have to do their breathing part complete. Okay. Now, throwing out of waste. Okay. Throwing out of waste in the sense, after taking the essential thing, whatever things will not be in used, those things will be thrown out by the bodies of the living beings. That is known as the throwing out of waste. Okay. when we cook food, we produce a lot of waste like vegetable peels and used tea leaves. Okay, means when we cook food, we produce a lot of waste in the sense like vegetable peels and we used tea leaves and used tea leaves, in the sense when we make tea, then the tea leaves are waste of it, so we used to throw this one. Even for the vegetables also, when we cook our food, lots of wasted things used to come, so those things we need to throw out. We have to clean out all this waste from the kitchen every day. Similarly, the body of a living being produces waste while making use of food. Okay, understood? Means we have to clean out all this waste from the kitchen every day, means with the water when we cook food in the kitchen, so there only we will wash it. Similarly, the body of a living being produces waste while making use of food, means the body of the living being, when they will make the fooding part, they also will make the throwing out of waste. Okay, means while cooking the food, we get lots of things that will be as of waste. This waste too has to be cleaned out. We get rid of waste from our body in the form of urine, stool and sweat. Means as of human being, if we say, then after waste, means this waste too has to be cleaned out. Means once we take the food, prepared food, after that from it, what happens is the urine, stool and sweat, actually it comes out, which is to be thrown out of our body. Okay, that is how it happens. Means once we take our food, out of that whatever energy and whatever vitamins are to be taken, so those things will be absorbed by the body, and the rest of the part which will not be used in body for any other purpose, those things will be thrown out. That is like urine, stool and sweat. Other animals also throw out waste from their body. Other animals also throw out waste from their body. So it depends from animals to animals. Okay. Plants get rid of gases through the pores, holes on their leaves. They store the rest of the waste in special parts of their body. Some plant wastes are poisonous, others are very useful. Tea plants, for example, store a waste which gives tea its flavor. This waste is stored in their leaves. Similarly, coffee plants store a useful waste in their seeds. Rubber too is a plant waste. It is stored in the trunks of rubber trees. Non-living things do not throw out waste. Okay, let me make it clear within the explanation. That is, plants get rid of gases through the pores on their holes. In the sense, plants, when they make their foods, after that whatever gases are to be not required by the bodies, those things will be thrown out with the pores, means with the holes of their leaves. They store the rest of the waste in special parts of their body, means after that also whatever things to be thrown out, those things will be stored in the special parts of the body. Some plants waste are poisonous. Okay, some plants waste are poisonous in the sense, after making the food, whatever things to be thrown out, on that maybe something will be there which will be the poisonous also of the wastage. Okay. Others are very useful, in the sense, apart from the poisonous, other things which are being produced after making the food, okay, those things will be useful. Like tea plants, for example, store a waste which gives tea its flavor, in the sense the flavor which we used to get from the tea, that is a waste thing, and those things will be kept. Okay, those things will be kept. So how we used to get the flavor, and that is a waste thing of the plant. This waste is stored in their leaves. Actually, these waste things means the flavor that will be stored in their leaves. So how when we make the tea, we used to get the flavor. Similarly, coffee plants store a useful waste in their seeds, means whatever waste are there for this coffee plants I am telling about, those things also will be stored in the seeds. Rubber too is a plant, means a rubber plant also is a waste. Okay, it is stored in the trunks of the rubber trees, in the sense, in rubber trees there will be some of the parts which are known as trunks, and those trunks will be filled up with the waste, okay, and those things will be used as a rubber in our daily life. Okay. Non-living things do not throw out waste. Non-living thing do not throw out waste. In the sense, non-living things, they do not prepare the food. So, how will the waste things will be generated? Okay. So, they do not do it. Okay. Now, here if we see the picture of it, that is show you, that is here you will get some of the name, that is amla, okay, betel, nut, means which is known as the supari, this is called the supari, okay, amla. So, this is called your amla, and tea leaves have a bitter plant waste, this is the tea leaves. Okay. So, these are all the thing which are all having the waste kind of thing, and those waste kind of things will be used in our daily life kind of. Okay. So, these are all the things were regarding the throwing out waste. So, I think this much portions are clear already, like as I have said. So, what you do is go through the chapter, okay, go through the chapter in the sense this much. So, this much is your the first day study, go through well in chapter, okay, and get to know the meaning of it. It is not that you will have to by heart, yes, you have to memorize something, that is 100% sure. And the other thing, you see the videos, it is not that only one time you will have to see, as long as you want you can see these videos and you can take help of this one to understand better this one. And if you have any kind of questions or whatever it is, you can come across, so that I will help you to solve those things also. So, here we will conclude our study today of online class, first day online class. Okay. So, before I wind up, what again I will make you remind this one, that take care of very much from this heavy coronavirus. Okay. Do take the sanitization part every now and then whenever it is required, okay, and do use the proper mask. Okay. Have a good day. Bye bye.